All right, everyone. Thank you all for joining me today. I am your man, CJ. And I'm excited to be bringing you this video today. So let's get right into it. So this video is all about asking a question, and let's see if we can get to the bottom of it. And this has to do with a recent announcement that was made in Ghana regarding their local music, playing of their local music and supporting their local artists. And so about a week ago, we saw the daughter of the current president, Nana Akufo-Addo, come out to give a press conference regarding playing more of Ghanaians' music, especially this December. And they also went further by saying that they are going to implement an 80-20 policy, which is 80% playing of 80% local music, which will be Ghana, and then over 20% of foreign music. But we all know what that 20% foreign music is. It's Nigerian's Afrobeat, because that's the only music that is popular in their country. Nigeria's, since Afrobeat took off back in 2010, it has really dominated both Africa and has had a strong presence. That's had a strong presence in the West and in the global world. And Afrobeat all around the world has become that genre that has really been gaining a lot of momentum, many even coining it as one of the fastest growing genres out there. But certainly in Africa, it is the #1 music genre right now. And so Ghanaians over the years have been worried about the fact that Nigerians have gained popularity. There has been a lot of chatter, mostly with Ghanaian artists, who have voiced their concerns, I should say, over the fact that Nigerians' music is very popular and Ghanaians are not building their own music industry, and they're focused on building Nigeria's Afrobeat music industry. They're not building high life, and they're jumping on Afrobeat. They're not really developing their own. So we've heard this before. This is not new. So that conference, or that press conference, I should say, wasn't shocking to a lot of us who have been paying attention. But this is the first time that we've seen an official action regarding Nigerian music. So a lot of people are seeing it as a ban of Nigerian music, which is essentially what that looks like. Because if you're doing 80-20, right? Many Nigerians are seeing this as a ban on their music and infringing on a lot of Nigerians who have supported their industry. So that's that one part. And so naturally, the entire thing has sparked a lot of outrage, mostly from Nigerians. Some Ghanaians, there's a mixed reaction in Ghana. Some love it, some don't. I'm going to play you some clips from who I think are common sense Ghanaian podcasters who have voiced their opinions about this. And I've listened to these ones, and I will tell you, they're making common sense, logical reasoning. I'm going to talk to you about who they are. There's also been a lot of back and forth on Twitter with other artists, Ghanaian artists, who have also voiced their opinions about this. Most notable one will be Shatta Wale, who came out in the morning after the situation happened, and he tweeted, "I just woke up to tell you, you can't fight foreign music. Their 10% music will overshadow the whole Ghana country with so much jealousy when it's not them on the front line. You see how poverty they water your artists with nonsense suggestions. It's poverty, my guy." And then he gets a response from Samini, who says, "Bro, laugh out loud. Ghana has become a spotlight over the last few years, and this is not ending anytime soon. What's wrong with creatives appealing for more local content of our airwaves? Who does this hurt? So if it's not your suggestion, then it's nonsense, huh? Shut up, I beg." So that's going on back and forth with both Shatta Wale and Samini. And then you have a couple of other people who are also voicing their feelings about this. And I'm going to play you a few that don't believe this makes any sense. Few from Ghana. Now, what I want to talk about in this video is I want to address where people are missing the point before I play you a few of the clips. I want to address a couple of people, especially, when I've seen a couple of people from Nigeria who are going to Ghana to try to appease Ghanaians by saying what I call nonsense, and they missed the mark. And also Ghanaian podcasters who are also missing the mark on this. And they're asking, why is Nigeria upset about this? This is us playing our music. Let me start by saying this. We're not upset that you want to focus on your artists. No one in Nigeria, I think I speak for many Nigerians and most Nigerians when I say, no one is upset about you focused on your artists. No one. We've been saying this for a long time. No one. You're not going to get it from me. I'm happy that you're focused on your artists, that you want to build your music up. That's not why we're upset. That's not what this is about. What this is about is that most Nigerians see it as a ban of their music over you trying to promote your own music. That's what this is about. Because when you're talking about 80%, you're focused and you're targeting Nigerians. That's what you're talking about. 80% of your music over 20%. That foreign music you're talking about is Nigerian music. Let's not play games. You're talking about Nigerians here. And so when you are targeting a country just to promote your own people, that is what you call hateful promotion. That's what Nigerians are upset about. So that's the first part of it. And to not see that is to be what's called tone deaf, right? A lot of these people talking are tone deaf. They don't understand what's going on. Because most Nigerians, I will tell you, support you promoting your music. Most Nigerians do. It's how you're going about doing it. The fact that you feel that you have to ban Nigerian music, or let's use the words you like to use, even though you're trying to make it look like we don't know we don't see what you're doing. Oh, we're just paying 20%. There's even this call about let's do 100% Ghana music. That's essentially, when this whole thing came out, and I did a show about it, and I said this is a ban on Nigerian music. I had a few people come out and say, no, that's not a ban. And then the next day after my show, there's all this call for 100% Ghanaian music. So they proved my point because we knew what you were doing. So back to what I was saying is that Nigerians see this as a ban of their music, especially when Nigerians have overwhelmingly supported Ghanaian artists. When you think of Ghanaian artists, most of the popular artists have a career today, largely because they have a huge fan base of Nigerian consumers, huge fan base. So let me go down the list. Shatta Wale, who's a reggae dancehall artist. His popularity has been made possible by both his local people from Ghana as well as Nigerians. He has a huge fan base of Nigerians. Kitty, Jackie, Stonebwoy, Sarkodie, Black Sherif, who we're going to be talking about today. These artists have enjoyed incredible amount of support from Nigerians. And so Nigerians see this as a betrayal. That's why Nigerians are upset about this. A betrayal. Because, as I mentioned in my last video, we didn't see this move by Ghanaians, right? When they were like jiving and playing hip-hop in the country. When hip-hop was dominating, rap music was dominating the airwaves, we didn't see Ghanaians come out and say, hold on a second, let's support more of our music and let's stop playing this Western music. None of that. We equally did not see Nigerians take this type of action when High Life was popping in Nigeria once upon a time. You remember, High Life used to be the thing in Nigeria once upon a time. During the days of Fela, 60s, 70s, and even all the way close to the 80s. High Life was huge. Nigerians didn't take this action against Ghanaians. So when you look at the facts, you can kind of see, any reasonable, logical person can kind of see why Nigerians are pissed off. And they have the right to be. To the fact that because our music is popular, because our music and our artists have worked so hard and become globalized, now you're taking a stance against us by implementing this so-called 80-20 thing to promote your local music. That's what they're masking it about. They're masking it under let's promote our local music. But that's not what this is about. This is actually what they're trying to do is kill the influence of Nigerians' music in their country. Because we've heard over the years the concerns that Ghanaians have had over Nigerians' popularity in the country. So this is not new, and we're not stupid. This is not an attempt to promote the artist. This is an attempt to kill Nigerians' influence in the country. That's exactly what this is. And so many Nigerians have seen this and they know this. Do you understand this? Okay. So hopefully that's clear for you all. Now let's get to the part where why are Nigerians canceling Blacko? Why is he getting the brunt of it? Because I will tell you that why I've enjoyed Blacko's music, and I love his music. I remember the first time I heard him rap and heard him sing. I said, oh, this is a young man who's got a unique element, and he brings a unique style to any music. Blacko is such a unique person. This is why Blacko became very popular. Blacko became very popular because he produced good music. Essentially the same way a couple of the other artists in Ghana became very popular because they produced good music. Let's go down the line again. And let's talk about those artists that have become great in Ghana. And we're going to address the real issue here, which is the fact that Ghanaians don't produce good music. That's what this is about. Which is why I say you can play 80% of your music all day long. If your music are not quality and you're not good music, no one's going to care. Because at the end of the day, people outside of Ghana need to be able to hear music. People like myself in Nigeria or here in the United States. When you hear good music, you hear it and it sounds great regardless. Okay, so let's go down the line. Sarkodie. Let's talk about one of his breakout songs, Adonai, which is one of my favorite songs. The moment I heard it, the first time I heard it, I said, damn, this is good. This is some good stuff. Because it was great music. I didn't care where he came from. I didn't care if he was Ghanaian. I didn't care what his background was. Good music is good music, and that's the same belief that most people have when they hear good music. Kitty, his song, good music. Jackie produces good music. Stonebwoy produces good music. These artists have enjoyed international notoriety because they produce good music. It has nothing to do with the fact that their music are played less in Ghana. Because good music will find a way to get an audience, period. And that is the one thing that Ghana suffers from, is the fact that they don't produce good music. And that's the difference between Nigeria and Ghana. Nigeria produces good music, Ghana does not. Because I will tell you that the fact that Nigeria became successful today has nothing to do with the fact that Nigeria was playing their music all day long. Because I can guarantee you, you can play your music all day long, but it's not going to fill the O2 arena. You think Nigerians fill the O2 arena because Nigerians are playing their music, they did the 80-20 or 90-10 or 70-30, whatever you want to call it. No, they produce good music because when you go to London, Nigerians are not the only ones that fill the O2 arena. There are white people there, Asians, Jamaicans, Nigerians. It's a mixed crowd. Because when people hear good music is good music, no matter where it comes from. You think Burna Boy is able to fill out an 80,000 capacity arena, London Stadium, because he's just producing garbage? No, it's good music. And when you have good music, you have artists that are not from your country, from your local area, want to collaborate with you. Ed Sheeran collaborated with Burna Boy because he made good music. You think these artists in the West are going to tag themselves to something because you're somehow playing 80% of your music in your country? No. If it's not good music, they're not going to put their name behind it. Chris Brown, Drake, Beyonce, Nicki Minaj. I can go on and on. These artists did not tag themselves to Afrobeat artists because they were trying to support Nigeria's local music. No, it was because it was good music. And so you become tone deaf when you don't understand that. And it's so amazing when I see podcasters with large channels that should know better miss the mark because they're tone deaf. Tone deaf is the reason why Ghana's music is not where it needs to be, because they totally are devoid and they don't perceive what the market is saying, which is why they're not able to produce good music. You see, when you're tone deaf, and this is something that we in marketing, it's a trigger. It's something that we look for. Because if you're going to do something in marketing and you're going to put out something that the consumers are going to enjoy, you need to take a survey. You need to understand the market. You need to understand the temperature. You need to conduct an analysis to understand what consumers want. Tone deaf will have you disconnected from your market and have you doing one thing. You're thinking that that's what the market wants. The market is over here. And they're saying that's not what we're looking for. And you're suffering for it. And then you find a way to blame everybody for it. See, what they're doing right now is they're blaming people for the fact that their music is not where it is. Let me give you another example. Azonto. Let me give you another example of this. Azonto, which is Ghanaian's dance move, was all over the place. Why? Because it was unique and it was great. Everybody identified with it. Everybody. Nigerians were jiving to it. Nigerians were incorporating Azonto into their music because it was great quality stuff. It became such a big thing. Right? But guess what Ghanaians do? The same thing. Right? They've always do. They dropped it. The moment Nigerians decided that, you know what? Because they started fighting us with this. Nigerians made it popular. The same way Nigerians have made their artists popular. The same way Nigerians is also helping Amapiano right now to be popular. See, that's our problem right here. Is that we are peacemakers and we're all about trying to unite Africa while we have countries in Africa who are smearing us, banning our music, and attacking us all the time. Amapiano right now is enjoying notoriety at the backs of Nigerian artists. No one cares for Amapiano. They care for it now because Nigerians are riding on the back. Nigerians are making it popular. And it's still their music. We're not taking it away from them. But Amapiano is becoming popular right now in Nigeria because Nigerians are making it popular. I guarantee you we're going to see the likes of South Africa do the same thing that Ghana is doing. They're going to kick us to the curb and say, go away. Even while we are the ones that built that music genre for them. So so Azonto became very popular because Nigerians made it popular. Ghanaians started fighting us. Do you understand this? Anyone that knows the history of this, Ghanaians started fighting us. Stop using our stuff in your music, even while we were the ones that made it popular. So Nigerians say, okay, word. Really? Fine. We're done with it. Now, guess what happened to Azonto? That was the end of it. That proved to you that Nigerians were the ones that were driving the success of Azonto. Because when Nigerians left it, Ghanaians didn't know what to do with it. They didn't know how to commercialize it. They didn't know how to make it big. That was the end of Azonto. And they didn't spend the time to really improve of that. They dropped it. They dropped it. They said, oh, this is not good. Because you know why they dropped it? Because it wasn't as popular as it was before. Because Nigerians left it. And just say, you can have it. We're good. And so the reality of that really hit because then it flatlined. No one cared for it anymore. That is the point we're trying to make here. Is that Ghanaians only jump on something when Nigeria is attached to it. This is why this is going to hurt them. Nigeria is the ones that make them popular. And then the Nigerians are the ones that they're banning. Nigerians' music is what they're banning, even while Nigerians have given them a spotlight. Ghana, you heard Mr. Samini said, Ghana has been on the spotlight. The only reason Ghana has been on the spotlight is because Nigerians have been giving them spotlight. They've been singing Afrobeats, which is a Nigerian song. Nigerians have been doing concerts over there. The likes of Davido, Burna Boy have been going over there to their country. So they've been really giving that country a lot of shine. That's the same people that they're banning their music. It's about 80-20. And then you have people that are devoid of this. They don't understand this. Why are Nigerians so upset? Why are Nigerians so upset at Black Hole? Let me tell you why Nigerians are upset at Black Hole. Because Black Hole, like the other artists I've talked about, have enjoyed Nigerians' support. I've loved Black Hole's music. I don't love it anymore. I'm not interested in his music anymore. Because he went on stage over there and talked about, let's do an 80-20 support of our music. We don't mind you support. We don't mind you. Let me say this again. We don't mind you putting the effort in your music, in your local music. We don't mind it. God knows I've been saying this on my platform. that Ghana needs to support their own music. They need to build their own music. We don't mind. But you're doing it at the expense of banning Nigerians. That's not going to work. Rather than really focus on the real issue in your music, which is the fact that you're not producing quality music. It has nothing to do with your fact that your music is not getting played, because DJs are going to play music that is quality. DJs are going to play music that is something that is trending. The whole world wants to hear it. If it's not quality, if it's garbage, no one's going to play garbage. So take a listen to a few of Ghanaians' sensible minds talk about what is really the issue here, which is what I've just talked about. It has nothing to do with their music not being played. The reason why their music is not being played is because the music is not quality. So take a listen to Mr. Logic.
Well, I agree with him because broadcasting bill and cultural policy, I say it's for the media. The 80-20 is for the media to play, it's not for the people. The bill is for it's for the ministry. It's not for the music executives and us to play 80-20. That bill is not for us. So go read here. Say a friend broadcasting. We are not into broadcasting. We are into music production. The thing is, I say problem be or we don't deal with the problem from the root. And you make your money. Because I won't say come now aso. But I see a Ghana habibia. Why are we still dancing to the song today? Because of the element that makes that song. And yes, what I say you may me there. Then you say you may there. Me bra nyom bisro so na make ken you. Bra family. How many years? But born in there. Obi abekai because of the content. We have lost what makes a song in Ghana. Feminist don't want to change what we are saying. With all due respect. So look for the right institutions. If you will not go to the right artists, look for the right institution. Grandpapa Samini, Black Sherif. No, I didn't say don't go to the. They are advocating. Normally advocacy. In China, you can go with anybody between you. I'm saying, sir, now because I was saying, you can go with them. They can even go with you because you're also on the media. But when catch you say, baby, the problem is, we can say it is not the 80-20 because good music we are there. A good music will always penetrate, whether from Nigeria, South Africa, Jamaica, a system because people are surfing. The problem is there are too many bad songs in the system. And there are people who are just consumers. I agree with you that. They'll never agree. The problem we have is these consumers who don't understand our job.
Okay. So he was very clear with that. Now I want you to also take a listen to Kevin Taylor. And I want you to hear him also echo the same thing that Mr. Logic said, which is also the fact that Ghanaians are not producing quality music, which is essentially what I said. So take a listen to what he says.
Now, I want to say this to the musicians who showed up. I saw somebody I really revered to say Reggie Rockstone, young musician like Black Sherif. I just said Black Sherif. Would you want to say or a hostage? I just say actually hostage. I say because yeah first come everybody to too. I also been a teacher and you saw a few people there as usual. You know Samini there. Or no say I no pay. Ni carry na ende konkonsa any azan ene no. Now what I want to say is this thing you just saw is a waste of everybody's time. Mr. These people coming to stand at on TV or going to the Ministry of Information to have a press conference to say we are Ghanaian musicians and that you know something festive season ebano bronya na ebano Ghana for anything embo Ghana nyom send be Ghana nyom be konim. It is a waste of everybody's time. In fact, I heard somebody like Jankruma Ekufuado Bano kasa some fake slangs be. The question is Jankrumana or do enim wo Samini Jankrumana or do enim no. What her background when it comes to creative art? Jankrumana or no Nicky Mill Fia Bruchriba Ayana or nebe Dyer Sakotcha video Jubilee House mo amujina hono. They will not give any of you guys to shoot a music video at Jubilee House. Jankrumana mo papa penifo mo 12 dwene. What's some good TV to say play made in Ghana music festive season? The question is, Jan Kromana or leaders our creative art industry no? Or no Jan Kromano ni resume no? Ediene waso Jan Kroma, what's her resume? Does she know anything about creative art? Does she know how creative art it came by and where it is and how we can help it? Does Jan Kroma know? What does she know about creative art? Na momo papa mpedifu amutuefu dwene. And I'm disappointed in you, Reggie Rockstone. So you people coming to lining up and following a political insect, a petty musician, a musician who's lost focus, like Samini. Dabena Samini Boyum. The current 2020, 21, 22, 23 kind of music, Samini still does not understand it. Music has moved from one place. Music is not diverse. You cannot force the people to listen to your music when your people are not doing the right music. It's a fact. Majority of Ghanaians are choosing foreign music, especially Nigerian music, because they put a lot in their crafts. That is what we are talking about. So if you people are not looking inward, you are not asking the right question, and you are parading people to come just speak. And it hurts me because somebody like Reggie Rockstone, some people who are mature in the music industry, to allow somebody like Jan Kroma to bring you to come and say, yes, play made. You cannot force anybody to play made in Ghana music. 90% of the youth in Ghana today, as we speak, they like Nigerian rhythm. Majority of them don't even understand the words the Nigerian musicians are using, but they love the music because a lot goes into this rhythm. People work, people put money, people invest in rhythm. So you people should learn and understand the work. You should understand the industry you are in. And I expect somebody like Reggie Rockstone, you should know better. You should know more. Just coming to have a press conference to say you have to listen to Ghana music. Is it forced for me to listen to Ghana music? You have to find a way to let me listen to Ghana music. You can put up the best concert in Ghana. If I don't like the kind of music you are singing, I will not come.
Okay. So these are what you call sensible, reasonable minds who have addressed and have analyzed the situation. But when you hear Ghanaians, they will think that you're hating on them. Then when they hear me talk, they'll think I'm hating on them. I'm not hating on you, bro. I love Ghana. I don't hate on Ghana. I just hate the fact that Ghana hates on Nigeria all the time. That's not going to work for me, man. But I love a lot of the artists because, again, they produced quality music. If you produce great music, you're going to get noticed no matter what, because great music is what promotes an artist. Great music has nothing to do with the fact that a DJ can play music all day long. If it's not good music, people are not going to jive to it. And good music will transcend boundaries. It's going to transcend race. The fact that you find Afrobeat being adopted by everyone, white people, black people, Asians, you find everyone using it in their content. You find everyone using it in their material, is because it's quality music. Nigerian can play their song all day long, but if it's not well put, if it doesn't have a good storyline, which is something that Afrobeat is a great story behind it. If you don't have that, you're not going to be able to give quality music. If you're not authentic, if you're not unique, if you don't own your craft, you're not going to produce quality music. People buy into something that's unique. It's essentially why Grammys decided to adopt Afrobeat and give it a category. Because Grammys is all about uniqueness. The same reason why most people fight to win the Grammys and win the Academy Awards. Because the only reason why they give you an award is not because you're the most popular person out there. So again, it's the unique element in your songs, unique element in your craft that makes people buy into it. And I think that is the problem that Ghana is facing, is that the artists are full of jealousy, which is what Shatawale said. Is that the country they are so jealous of the rise of Nigerians and the success of Afrobeat that it clouds their mind, that they can't see straight. And they're thinking that to ban Nigeria's music will somehow give credence to their music. It's not. It's not. And so the question I ask is this move going to destroy Blacko's career? I think it will have a profound effect on it, as we're seeing people canceling. People are canceling him because he enjoyed a huge notoriety from Nigerians. I don't know for the life of me why he went on that stage. Because what you're seeing right now is that he's also being shunned and not being supported by his own ever since that press conference was done. You find the likes of Bulldog, right, going out there and really voicing his opinions on the fact that Samini, who tagged Blacko to go on that stage, he's not supporting Blacko in this whole backlash that he's getting. They left him dry. You're not finding Reggie Rockstone come to the aid of Blacko. And this is another problem we're seeing in Ghana, is that they don't support each other. So which is why a lot of people see that as a PR stunt. The stuff that they did is just a PR stunt. Because many people who know the Ghanaian culture know that Ghanaians don't support each other. They don't. Look at what's going on with the fact that Blacko has been getting this backlash because of his tagging himself on this. I don't know why he did it. I don't know why. Because I'll tell you, he fell for the okie doke. He fell for the okie doke, and now they've left him all dry, and he's getting the backlash that he's getting from Nigerians. Rightfully so. Because why you do it? Why would you bite the hand that feeds you? Because I will tell you that they also probably tapped Shatta Wale to go on stage, and he said, no, leave me out of this. Because he understands, he's wise enough to know, forget this. I'm not going to go on on a national press conference and talk about, let's do away with Nigerian music and just play more Ghanaian music, which is essentially what that is. It's like, I'm not going to do it. As much as I can come out on Twitter and talk mess, he understands the business of music. Shatta Wale was not going to do it. I guarantee you they tapped him. And he said, no, forget that. I'm not doing it. I guarantee you they tapped the likes of Sarkodie and Stonebwoy. And he said no, because these people understood the influence that Nigerians have in their career. I don't know why Blacko felt the need to go do it. That's how you know he's young. That's how you know he's not mature enough. Because now the people that he's gone on stage that are pushing this campaign, they've all left him out to dry. And he is the most relevant one on the stage. Not Reggie Rockstone. Reggie Rockstone, even while, with all due respect, and I truly admire his contribution to the music industry. He was a champion for hip life. Did great things. With all due respect, he hasn't produced anything recently. So he's not relevant. Samini, also. These are OGs. They're not relevant. So they played Blacko. They played him. They wanted a face, someone who was relevant today. They tapped the other ones. The other one said no. They went to him. He said, sure, I'll go. And they took advantage of the fact that he's young, naive. And now here's the backlash on his career. This situation may have possibly, I won't say it's ended his career, but it's going to have a huge dip on his career. He's going to suffer it. He's not going to be as popular as he once was. I mean, there's calls now for him to be taken for his part in the collaboration with him and Odumodu Black. They did a collaboration. Odumodu Black featured Blacko in the newly released song Wata Wata recently. There's calls for Odumodu Black to drop him off from that track. That's how upset people are about this. Do you get what I'm saying? And they have the right to be. And so anyone who doesn't see this and don't understand it is tone deaf. And that goes to the point why Ghanaian music is not jiving, because they're tone deaf. That goes to the point. Even Blacko was all. He released a tweet. Talk about, what are you guys talking about? No one talked about banning Nigerian music. No one talked about banning anything. Bro, you're missing the point. You were on stage. And you had people even respond back to his tweet. Talk about you should wise up. You were on stage. The fact that you were there speaks volume. You don't have to utter those words. You were guilty by association. And that's what those OGs knew. They knew if they had someone who was relevant today, it would give credence to this. And so Blacko is not understanding this. And I think that he needs to go through this. He needs to understand. So that way, as he's growing in his career, he understands the business of music, because the business of music is not to offend those fans of yours or the drivers of your music. If you don't understand that, you're not going to be here too long. You're going to be just a fly-by-night who mishandles his success. And that's essentially what it is. You go talk to Mr. Easy and see what happened to him. Mr. Easy is basically gone. No one cares. No one cares, and he will never get that back, which is why he's dabbling into a different genre, trying to get some kind of momentum. No one cares, because even the genre that he's dabbling into, Amapiano, the ones that are driving that are Nigerians. And so the same audience that he offended, you can't escape it, because Nigerians are the largest market. Nigerians are the ones that are making Africa great with music. Do you understand that? We don't brag about this. We enjoy the fact that we're popular. We enjoy the fact that we worked hard for it. It wasn't easy. Quality music. If you hear it, it sounds great. It's what popularizes your whole music genre. And hopefully they get it. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, share the content, and I'll see you all next time.
Det finns ingen annan där som kan stå här by my side, oh why. Sättet du rör på det får mig att dö för dig, baby. För de här yardis, de vill ju bara dra ner oss. Men du är fett och vanlig. På det jag lägger all min tid, jag vill ha dig. Du får mig känna safety.